Well, it's me again, and this is my podcast and my world, where I take you along on an adventure where we get to explore everything and anything that goes on in my mind. Oh boy, is it random, is it crazy, it's nuts, it's all over the place. So grab yourself a cup of coffee and let's have a good time. Oh, well, hello and good evening this time. I'm going to be a little bit more calm, a little more quiet, because the kids are sleeping and the wife is watching TV and relaxing. But I thought I would share with you tonight, because tomorrow is day one of something, well, also very controversial. So I have done water fasting on and off for probably about 2.5 months. A day here, 2 days there, 3 days, every now and again. I've also been doing what is called the intermediate fasting, and we're pretty hardcore. We will go about 19 hours, and then 5 hours we'll eat. And we usually eat in the evenings. And we've been doing that now for about 3 weeks. And we're also on a low carb, low sugar diet as well. So we've kind of got a lot going on. So we only eat 5 hours a day, which is pretty hardcore. And then we are not eating like breads and pastas and sweets and soda and sugar and all that kind of stuff. I am drinking my coffee, but that's probably going to stop because my coffee, I like coffee and I don't like black coffee. And I have tried a lot of keto coffees or butter coffees. They also call them, it's not shark coffee. Anyways, there's a brand name, but basically you put in coconut oil and butter and maybe even sometimes a little bit of cinnamon, and you hit it with a blender and it's called Rocket Coffee, I think is what it's called, or something like that. Bullet coffee, Rocket Bullet, I don't know, whatever, that's unimportant, but I don't like it. I don't like it. It's just gross. So I'm going to stop drinking coffee altogether, which is probably better for me anyways. And, I don't know. I don't know how I feel. Honestly, I really don't know how I feel about doing the keto diet. It just sounds so fattening and so much meat, and I don't know. It just doesn't sound, I don't know, a lot of fats, but whatever. That's really not what's going on here, or what I'm about to do, or what I should be talking about on this podcast. This podcast is day one, or actually day 0, but it's day 1 tomorrow, and then tomorrow I will talk about what happened tomorrow. So this is day 1, and at the very end of this podcast, I am gonna excuse me. I am going to upload photos of that day so that you can track the progress on my weight loss visually. I currently weigh 201 pounds and 4 ounces is my current weight. In the last couple of months we've been trying to do this, I really haven't lost any weight. I keep hovering around the same. So I'm thinking that by going on a water fast, it will kind of shock my system a little bit. I'd like to lose the weight, especially the belly fat. I've got a lot of belly fat, as you'll see in the pictures. And so I want to kind of try to lose that. But a big part of it is I'm diabetic. And so I want to try to reset my blood sugar, all that kind of stuff. Now, I've spoken to a couple of different physicians about it, so this is not something I recommend anybody do without discussing water fasting with at least one or two physicians. And going to give you a heads up, the majority of them are against it anyways. So you want to make sure that you get a hold of someone that knows about water fasting and can keep track of what you're doing. And I don't recommend it to anybody who is, within the normal BMI. And yeah, but I'm not a doctor, not a physician. This is just going to be my process along the way, and I'm just going to bring you along for the ride. So, so I've done this before, and I choose to drink distilled water. There's nothing in it. It's completely empty. So the theory is by drinking distilled water, it helps your body flush all the toxins out. And that's the big reason I'm doing this, not just for the weight, which I do want to lose that excess weight. And the worst weight to have on your body is stomach. That's where most of the dangerous stuff is, because from what I understand, it's an indicator that there's stuff going on inside your body that is not good, like extra fat and buildup and stuff around your internal organs and that kind of thing. So cleansing is the biggest reason I'm doing this. I want to get clean. As most of you know, I am coming up on 17 years being cancer-free. I was diagnosed with Hodgkin's lymphoma back in October of 99, and went through 2.5 years of chemotherapy and then radiation, and of course a stem cell transplant at Fred Hutch in Seattle. And I still believe that I carry around a lot of those toxins in my system, and a lot of that stuff, like heavy metals and that kind of stuff, they don't come out easily. So I'll be doing an extended water fast. My goal this time is to go at least 5 days, but if I can make it 5 days, I'll reevaluate where I'm at and make that decision at that point if I'll go any further or not. So, Now, the other thing I want to let you know about is these podcasts that I release every day about what's going on is actually about 3 days behind. So the podcast that you're listening to right now, I actually recorded 3 days ago. So I'm already ahead of you, and I've already experienced the future. But I just wanted to track with you where I'm at. So for today I had a green smoothie today. It had kale, and it had lemon and peach juice, and it had mangoes and that kind of stuff in it. I had that this morning, and it was about 16 ounces of that. Normally I don't eat during the day, but for some reason today I had this desire just to have something, which kind of set me back and made me want to eat lunch. So I fell into the lunch bucket today. I went and got myself a grilled chicken salad. It had green peppers and onions and lettuce and some crushed up bacon. And I also got a packet of Caesar salad dressing, and I put half of the packet of Caesar salad dressing on my salad. And I felt a little guilty about having the salad dressing, to be honest with you. And then tonight, for dinner, we decided to have some sausages that we cut up and we grilled them, or kind of fried them, I should say. And we fried them in some bacon grease, just a little bit. And also I put in some butter that is from cows that have only grass-fed cows. It's called something gold, marigold or something like that. And then I chopped up an entire head of cabbage and cooked that in with it. So the cabbage cooked down and wilted a little bit, and it was really, 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 really good. Some salt and some pepper, some garlic, half an onion. It was really good. So that's what we had for dinner, and that's going to be my last meal. I did have a couple of cups of coffee this evening with dinner, and those were with what's that stuff called? Heavy whipping cream, just a little bit of heavy whipping cream, yeah. So, but I think I'm done with the coffee, like I said. Currently I have a headache. My head is pounding, and I think a lot of that's got to do with the fact that I've eaten so much today, spread out throughout the day, I think is what part of the problem is. Also, I think a lot of it is because I haven't had any carbohydrates or sugars in the last 2 days. A couple days ago, I had a coffee that I should definitely have not had, that had real creamer in it. Or I shouldn't say real creamer, but it had that Coffee Mate creamer that has the sugar in it. And that, I think that's coming back to bite me. So that's kind of what's been happening and going on today. In the future podcasts, because 20 minutes is a long time to talk about my day and what I'm thinking, I might have another topic and just give you a little bit of heads up about what's going on. But with every podcast I release, like I said, I'm going to take 2 or 3 pictures and just tag them on to the end. And at the very end of my fast, I will release just the video at the very end, so you can watch that in its entirety if that's what you choose to do. Okay, what to talk about? Nervous? Yeah, I'm nervous. The last time I did this, everything went great. Everything was fine. It's a struggle to get past the 3rd day. The 3rd day for me is always the worst. I'm always the hungriest on the 3rd day. 4th, 5th, 6th, not so bad. And I'm starting this during the week. I can't start a fast. I've tried so many times. Can't start a fast on the weekend. There's just too much temptation. But if I'm already into it by 3 days, or 4 days, then I'm good. Then I can do it. I can get through the weekend. But for some reason, I can't seem to start one. So, in the comment section down below, and I'm going to leave the comments open. So, try to keep them nice. Don't be mean. Don't attack me. But if you have any questions or anything like that, definitely leave them in the comment section below. As far as fasting goes, it is something that has been going on for thousands of years. And a lot of religions and that kind of stuff do it and promote it. And there's so much research that's been done. So if you are questioning it for yourself or for me, I highly recommend going and doing some research by physicians and doctors and looking into it yourself, and get the information firsthand from them. Because my memory is not as good as it should be. I can't remember names of people and all the statistics and all that kind of stuff. So I'm not really not really good at remembering all those kind of things. I plan on drinking as much water as I can. Most likely will be probably around 2 liters of water a day. I'm shooting for a gallon. Ideally, a gallon of water is good. You want to make sure you're very much hydrated and flush as much out of your system as you possibly can. And it's a good time to let your GI tract take a rest. We spend so much time eating, especially in our modern diet. It seems like we eat, some of us 6 times a day. And, your GI tract is always on the go. And it's good, I think, every now and again to shut it down and let it repair itself. And, it's supposed to help with, if you have a leaky gut and that kind of stuff. So it's kind of good on that. And, I don't know, it's, in my opinion, eating all the time is not good. Our bodies, we're designed to put on weight. And then in times of need, when there's not enough food available, to switch over and burn the weight that we put on. But in the world we live in, it doesn't work that way anymore. We always have food available to us. There's no times of famine. And so we're always putting on weight. And then, they always wonder, well, how come people are obese and all this stuff? And it's like, oh, well, calories in and calories out. That is one of the best lies that have ever made it as far as it has. Not all calories are created equal. You take 300 calories in kale and 300 calories in sugar, your body is going to treat them completely different and burn them completely different. And when you're done eating them, you're going to have completely different side effects. So calories are not calories. They're all very, very different. And so the theory, well, just cut your calories back, don't eat as many calories. Well, you can do that, and you might lose weight to begin with, but what's going to happen is your body's just not going to burn as much. Your metabolism's going to slow down. And so calories in and calories out, it does not work. There's so much research that's been done and proven that it doesn't work. And that's one of those things I hear all the time is, oh, well, just eat less calories. Well, the way your body works, you're actually designed, you're kind of like, think of a hybrid, like a hybrid car. The hybrid car runs on gasoline, and it also runs on electricity. Well, the gasoline is the food you put in your stomach, the sugars, and all food eventually turns into sugars. But the food you put in is the gasoline. And if you keep going to the gas station and you keep putting in gasoline, even when you haven't finished burning what's in the tank, it's almost like it puts it in reserve. It takes whatever you don't use and puts away and stores it in a backup fuel tank. And so if you don't end up burning it all, then you end up having way more of an excess. So every now and again, it's good to, basically not put fuel in it and burn the leftovers. And so in a hybrid car, it basically would be use the battery a little bit. So that's what intermediate fasting is all about. And but I can talk about more of that later down the road. So anyways, if you're not subscribed to my channel, I recommend doing so and hitting the bell, thumbs up, yada, 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 all that stuff. And I hope you all have yourselves a fantastic day. And just remember that everything is good. I'm good. I'm just really tired because it's been a long day and it's the end of the day.
This has been a Graham's World broadcast brought to you directly from Graham's mind. So stay tuned because there's more to come.
Okay, so like I promised you, here is the pictures and the update. Hope you enjoy.